This is not a warning. It's not advice, and it's definitely not me trying to look like a victim. This is simply the story of how I went to Thailand thinking I'd found freedom, and slowly realized I had walked straight into another addiction, just wearing a prettier face. Before you judge me, before you roll your eyes or type comments telling me how obvious the ending was, let me tell you something important first. I didn't go to Thailand looking for love. I didn't go looking for a girlfriend, and I definitely didn't go looking for a bar girl. I went because I was running. Before my first trip to Thailand, I was living in the UK, and my life looked fine from the outside. I had a job, I had my own place, I paid my bills, I showed up to work. But behind closed doors, my life revolved around addiction. Not the movie version, not the stereotype people imagine when they hear the word addict. I wasn't sleeping on the street, I wasn't begging, I wasn't stealing. I was functioning. And that's the most dangerous kind. Because when you can afford your addiction, no one stops you, not even yourself. I started young, in my teens, and before I knew it, years disappeared. Birthdays passed, opportunities passed, relationships never even began. I didn't want anyone close. I didn't want responsibility. I didn't want someone asking questions I didn't want to answer. I told myself I liked being alone, that I was independent, that relationships were overrated. The truth was simpler. I didn't think I deserved one. Addiction slowly rewires your brain. It teaches you shortcuts to feeling okay. And once you learn those shortcuts, normal life feels dull, empty, pointless. One day I looked around my apartment and realized something terrifying. Nothing in that room mattered to me. That was the moment I knew I had to change something. Not slowly, not gradually, but violently and completely. I needed distance from my environment, from my habits, from myself. That's when the idea of traveling came up. I kept reading stories online, people who left everything behind, traveled, reset their lives. And one country kept coming up again and again: Thailand. I convinced a friend to come with me. The plan was simple: Bangkok for a bit, maybe Pattaya after. I told myself it was just a holiday, just a break, nothing more. But deep down, I was desperate for a new identity. I was 27 years old when I landed in Thailand, and the first thing I felt wasn't excitement. It was relief. For the first time in years, no one knew me. No one knew my past. No one expected anything from me. Thailand didn't just feel different. It felt forgiving. Bangkok was overwhelming in the best way. The noise, the heat, the smells, the food. Life felt immediate again. I remember walking the streets late at night, watching people live, really live, and thinking, why did I wait so long? My first real love in Thailand wasn't a woman. It was the country itself. Yes, we knew about the nightlife. We'd watched the videos, read the forums. We thought we were prepared. That confidence didn't last long. My first encounter with a freelancer in Bangkok caught me off guard. Not because of the sex, but because of how normal it felt. She laughed. She talked. She felt human. For someone who'd spent years numb, that connection hit harder than anything chemical ever had. And without realizing it, something dangerous happened. I started feeling again. After Bangkok, we headed to Pattaya. If Bangkok is a city, Pattaya is a mood. Neon lights, music everywhere, bars stacked on bars. Every street felt like temptation with a pulse. I remember thinking this place was built for people like me, people who wanted escape without consequence. After settling in, we went to Walking Street. And if you've never been there, it's hard to explain. It's not just visual, it's psychological. Music pulls you in. Women call out. Your senses are overloaded. We walked into a bar early, barely buzzed. A manager asked if we wanted company. We said not yet. 5 minutes later, 2 girls sat down anyway. And then I saw her. She wasn't loud. She wasn't aggressive. She wasn't selling herself. She just looked at me and smiled. Something inside my chest tightened. The kind of feeling you don't question until it's too late. We talked. She was quiet, soft, almost shy. She didn't flatter me, didn't touch me, didn't push. And for reasons I still can't fully explain, I felt protective. We drank. We laughed. I bought drinks. We barely touched. When I left, I tipped her generously. Her smile followed me out of the bar.
The next day, she was all I could think about. Every warning I'd ever heard evaporated. I told my friend. He laughed. I laughed too. But deep down, I already knew. That night, I went back alone. The moment she saw me, her face lit up. And that was it. That look convinced me I mattered. We spent the night talking.
The next night, too. And the next. She told me she hated the job, that she felt trapped, that she did it for family. And because I knew desperation, I believed her. I didn't see manipulation. I saw pain. Eventually, we went back to my hotel. Nothing happened. I still gave her money. Not because she asked, because I wanted to feel useful. By the end of the trip, Pattaya wasn't a party destination anymore. It was emotional. The last night, we didn't drink. We ate. We talked. She cried when I said I had to leave. She said she loved me. And I believed her. Back home, the silence was brutal. Time zones, missed replies, overthinking. We video called daily, texted constantly. I researched stories like ours online. Every single one ended badly. I told myself mine was different. Months passed. And then the truth surfaced. She never quit the bar. There were other men. Always had been. When I confronted her, she flipped it on me. Said I didn't love her enough. And that's when clarity finally hit. I wasn't in love. I was addicted again. This time, not to a substance, but to the feeling of being wanted. The heartbreak hurt, but the lesson saved me. Thailand didn't break me. My expectations did. I still love the country. I still love Pattaya. But next time, my heart stays on the plane. If this story sounds familiar, you're not stupid. You're human. If this video helped you see things clearly, hit like. Subscribe for honest travel stories. And if you've lived something similar, share it below. Your story might save someone else from learning the hard way.